Well, on the 3rd of June 2017, our beautiful 21-year-old daughter was tragically killed in the London Borough Market terror attack on the bridge. And from this tragic experience, we had to make a difference to help other people who have suffered shock sudden death in this way. And so we've created Sarz Sanctuary, which is a not-for-profit trauma healing retreat, we thought at the time, and dedicated our lives in honour of our daughter.
We started Sarz Sanctuary to deliver a live-in healing retreat for people who suffer grief. What I guess the impact of COVID that's had on us is that we couldn't have people together. Having people travel interstate within Australia was also a difficult thing, so we're currently now building a digital platform, so Sarz Sanctuary will become a global entity where it can share the holistic healing of best of practitioners anywhere around the world through a digital platform. So I guess our growth is slowly coming, and it's quite challenging at the moment for us.
But we now know that Zoom and online works because of COVID, and our reach is so much greater. So instead of helping 20 people at a time, we can help 2 million people at a time. So our impact is much stronger, and there's so much need for this. So yeah, I think this pathway long term will be much better off. As parents, losing a child without a will, you never think about a young person even needing a will because you don't think they're going to die, but it's been an ongoing battle to this day. I am still trying to resolve the deceased estate. Unfortunately, Sara's biological father is not cooperating, and because he's on the birth certificate, he has to sign, and that's been really difficult to this day. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of that, and it's been going on for about 3 years. Mark's been in Sara's life since Sara was 1, but her biological father wasn't active or paid maintenance or wasn't a part of her life on a regular basis in any way. So as a parent trying to look after this, that's been horrible. I would recommend anyone when they turn 18 as a parent, giving a will for their 18th birthday will take away the stress. If someone dies, a young person, they don't have a spouse and they don't have children, well then the government gets involved and it becomes really long and messy. And also as a parent trying to deal with the deceased estate, even the way it's called deceased estate, it just makes me feel anxious. I don't like doing it because it brings up that horrible trauma of the death, and the whole way it's done today is really cold and heartless, and I find that I really struggle with it. And if there was an online service available to do it, I feel it'd be much better for families. They could do it in the comfort of your own home. It'd be less impact on the person having to go through it.
I guess my experience with wills is I was the executor of my father's will when he died 14 years ago. And for me that was a stressful time, but not as stressful as dealing with Sara's estate. So her not having a will, having to jump through the hurdles, the stress that you go through is incredible. So just having someone on the other end of, I guess, dealing with that for you, who actually has empathy and compassion, would be a lovely thing to have. We're currently in a situation where we're dealing with a very business-like and cold-mannered company. It does have its impact on us.
And also dealing with in this world today, half of marriages do split up. If someone young dies and the parents have split up, they're going to come upon all these difficult situations when the other parent doesn't respond or doesn't want to acknowledge or just doesn't want to get involved, and that just makes it more costly every time they don't answer. If they don't get it signed in front of a JP, if they only show the front of their licence, and they have to do the front and the back, and then you have to go back to them and they ignore you. And all of these things yeah, it just creates more time, money, effort and stress. So yeah, the way it is today is not good. Definitely the online wills and estates would be so much better for everyone. And if they had a will to begin with, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Well, that was difficult because one of the things you don't know is the government, if they are 21 or under and don't have a spouse and don't have children, they're actually entitled to 1/3, which no one's aware of that sort of stuff because normally people have children or have spouses. The problem was no one thinks a young person's going to die. Unless it happens to you, you're not going to be aware of these issues. So the idea of having a will when you're young and having all the different needs in place would take the stress out of it for the family. So yeah, that was really disappointing.
In and around Sara's superannuation is that Sara passed away without having a will, so being intestate, I think is the legal term, which means that Sara's superannuation fund, that was a part of her death policy, 1/3 of that fund is taken by the government. So this is kind of the things that people don't understand, not having a will or not having some legal advice in and around a will. So, you know, I would definitely encourage people to seek out and form themselves a will and encourage your children to have a will also.
But not only young people, I think it's something like 45% of people don't have a will, older people as well. So yeah, so you would think older people, so I think old or young. If you just get it done when you're young, and if you have to update it later on, well, do that. But if you don't have a will, even with a will, it's hard enough. But to add the stress of not having a will, it's really, I wouldn't do that if you know. Yeah, it's definitely about knowledge. So we need to share this with everyone. I would recommend at the age of 18 that they get a will to take the stress out of anything that possibly could go wrong in the future, and it's all set out and planned, and it's to safeguard their family, because I'm sure the loved one that's passed would want their money to go to their family rather than the government.
I think it's a difficult conversation to have, with your child, to say, well, we need to talk about a will. You know, as a gift for an 18th birthday, I think it's an incredible thing to gift your child.
If anyone would like to support Sarz Sanctuary and donate, it's www.sarz-sanctuary.org, or if they would like to purchase one of our 11 beautiful organic soy candles that we personally make ourselves with love, it's a great present for an anniversary of a lost loved one, a gift for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas. We sell them online and we sell them around Brisbane as well. So that's sarz-sanctuary.shop, and we can deliver anywhere around the world. Thank you.